Good afternoon, guys. It's 4:48 p.m. Today is Monday in October 25th, right? So today morning was a little bit rough, right? But after the morning, it was all clear, right? So in the morning, I did help you out in this job, right? How to dissect the price action to see who is in control, who is not in control, right? So now going into the day from the pre-market notes, the idea is bullish, right? So bias is bullish. Now I am here giving you the levels, to gauge the bias, and if something other than the levels, let's say price goes below it, you have to be a little bit careful, right? But overall, favor bias, right? That is the theme here, right? So above 45.32, right, favor buyers for the intraday, and below still favor buyers but reactionary longs only, right? That is the clear statement, right? And then here I am talking about the signs, right? If let's say price goes below it, then you have to see Dow and NQ going down, and so, and then you can think about shorting, right? Overall, you can choose to stick with longs as long as mid-term buyers 43.15. If price is above it, you can always stick along. Ignore all intraday shorts, right? So that is for the ES, right? So I want to see NQ buyers holding it above 383, 362 in order for it to go higher right of the open, right? Backup buyer area is this. So as long as NQ is holding above this and this, for both of them, buyers are in control. Below both of them, look for some down move or chop, right? Today's low was around 330, in between somewhere, right? And then it went above these things, so that means buyers are in full control. You can only stick with longs at that point, right? If you're observing in the morning. So obviously it got rejection from here, right? That was a seller's area, and then it also got rejection from here, then it also got rejection from here, and then it also got rejection from here, right? That is the NQs. That is how NQ is doing so far, right? It's little bit weak compared to ES and Dow stay only long, right, above this area, so you cannot think about short, right? Now ideally I want it to hold above 530. So what if it pokes below it, but then immediately pop back up above, and then go higher? Sell 91, right? Buyers above 91 buyers. So but I also give you another level, intraday level, right? Before even in the pre-market in Discord, 21 22.86, right? Exactly, I said 21 22.86. Watch it of the open, right? And look at the damn thing, came to 20.86.90 and then bounce and then went above this. So buyers, right? Clear cut signs, all these markets, so and then so let's go here, right? So this is what we discussed in this quarter when price was moving like this, right here. So I said 43 and 38 are important levels for buyers to hold above right of the open. If price goes below, then it can go down to gap fill and potentially lower to Globex low, right? But then we have to monitor it, right? What it does. If it goes below 38 and 43, you have to make sure it holds below 38. If it goes above 38 back up again, then you have to make sure it holds above 38 in order to bring more buyers. And at that time the day is screwed up with 70% buyers in favor if it goes above 38 and 30% sellers. That is what we discussed, right? So now I'm going to walk you through it, right? So of the open, basically 43 responded, right? Some of you maybe went long at 43 aggressively, right? But I did not go long at 43. I wait for 38, right? So I'm conservative person, right? I'm not aggressive. If I miss, I miss. So okay, fine. 43 guys taken out, right? Buyers. Then it went to 38, right? So here I went long, but then when it goes down, I know 43 has a sellers in it, and since it took out 38, I know it could be the open drive down and price can go straight to Globex low, right? So I built out at 36, I cut it. and I know maybe the gap, it may fill now, because most likely it will go towards the gap fill area 33, right? And but now the question is, should I buy at 33, right? And now I did not buy it at 33. Why not? Because first of all, this things was below zero line, right? S&P AD. Second thing was 43 sellers were active. Now I know of the open, it's an open drive. 38 sellers are also active now because price went below 38. Those guys are sellers now, and there are trap buyers at 38 and 43, right? So knowing that, right above it, I don't want to go long at 33, right? I rather wait for Globex low and then try it, right? By that time I need to see whether price is holding below 38 or not. I don't know how it's coming down there, right? That is all important. But at this point, when price came down here, this 29 was an intraday support from the overnight. So I was not expecting that support to hold. If price goes below 38 and gap fill area, it should ideally go to 22, right? So, but anyway, somebody bought it here. It went above 33 again. This was a sign that I was looking for, right? That hey, something is off now, because but then it's fine. I was looking for 38 here, ideally. That now it needs to hold below 38. That is what we discussed. If it cannot, day is screwed up with buyers with 70% probability and 30% sellers at that point, right? So here it went above it at 38, right? So actually here in between I actually flipped at 38 also, around this area, 37 or so, so basically I reversed my trade, and then I was waiting for Globex low. I did not take a profit, but when price went here higher here 37 again, I built out. So basically break even, so neither long neither short worked out for me, right? But then I knew at that point that if price goes above 38, day is screwed up for sellers and buyers, but with favorability goes to buyers 70%, because at that point it's a failed open drive also in favor of buyers. So at that point we discuss in Discord is 43 and 46, it may provide a responses, but as long as it is holding above 38, buyers have a control. If it goes below 38, then day is 50-50 for both buyers and sellers. Till then 70% probability that buyers are there, right? That is what clearly we discussed. So based on that idea, 38 could be the long here, but it's not an ideal setup, because now day is already screwed up, right? And 38 is in the middle of the day, right? So 38 is not a valid ideal setup, but it's a setup based on the morning reading, right? Targeting higher up areas, 43, 46, or higher up, but you have to scale it, right? That is what we discussed, that 43 is a good area to scale. Or if you don't want to be in a scaling business, keep your stop at 29 and then observe NQ. As long as it is holding above 384, 384, right? Yeah, 384, then continue to hold ES, and your target in ES based off NQ at that point, right? So either way, whatever you did, 38 held basically here, right? And then scale here, and then price basically 46, I said it may respond, so it did respond, right? But then ultimately it took out. At this point, buyers are going towards 80% probability that they are going to do something, and then it will reach towards this bold R, which it did at the end here. See that? So that would be the ultimate target. NQ 525, that was the target, max potential, which pretty much NQ held it. Towards the end, after the Facebook earning, it went towards 550, right? That was another target. So if you are holding it, 76 would be the next target, 67 this area, and 76, So but anyway, at the end it did reach there, right? So that's how the day performed today, or behaved today. But we were able to figure out this price action, right? And then at one point here I said 38, right here when 38 held, I give you a process how to follow it, right? I said 38, 43, then 46, 43, right? And then higher up 51, 46, right? And then go look for moon above 51, and that is what price behave, right? If you look at it, 46, 43, right? And then 46 above 51, and then it should have come back. It should have come back at 46. It did not, right? To the dot exactly, but it held first level high here, right? and then went higher above 51. So now the process is 67 or higher up above 51, come back to 51, go higher 61.50. This was the intraday level I gave, 61.50 for sellers, right? So 61.50, price went above it, immediately came down here, immediately came down here, it held 61.50, right? Then came down, at the end it came to 51, back to 61.50, right? That is what I typed it in Discord. This is how the buyers are controlling. Now 61.50, this is what the new process I gave in Discord, 61.50 to 64, or 51 to 61.50, 61.50 to 64, 64 to 67, 67 to 76, in between ping pong. That is how price is doing, or is going to do. So we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared ahead of the time of what price is likely going to do. Based on that, you can take your trades, right? If you have followed that process, you could have taken trades at every single point, but it's up to you how you want to trade it. My job is to give you the information, who is in control at what time. But anyway, so NQ, clear cut example, right? So I said 525 to 480, and if 480 holds it, it still can go to 550, right? So 520 right at this time, 256, when ES got rejection from 61.50, NQ also got rejection from 520, it went straight to 480 right here when ES went here, right? And then it bounced, and then it went to 520 and 550 almost, so trades were given to you in advance. You just have to look for it, signs, and then take it. But anyway, so that's how the day ended today. Now overnight I want 51, 53 area, buyers to hold above this area pretty much, right? Or I would say 46, because that was a pending area, right? So I would say 46, 53, these are the buyers area for the overnight. They have to hold above it, simple. And then target 76 and this area, pretty much. And then ping pong, and then we'll see how it goes tomorrow. That's how the day ended. I'll see you tomorrow.